Gentlemen and female gentlemen, it's time for a deep dive on the General Grievous from 2003. For those of you that are unaware, I am actually doing Star Wars lore dives. I've done that like a couple months ago. I took a bit of a hiatus. I might get back into it. But CJ DeChamp just dropped a General Grievous video. And I have to say, General Grievous 2003 was amazing. And every other iteration aside from this was less good. I already did a full General Grievous deep dive, but I'm excited to see what the 2003 version really has to offer.
Shut your clanker ass up, B1.
This dude was a monster.
I got this!
Oh god, I remember this scene.
Something's wrong with him. That's not human, man. You're not right.
I remember this scene.
Nigga was the devil, man.
The Forbidden Files, baby.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to a brand new series on the channel, The Forbidden Files.
Oh, shit.
Now let me quickly explain to y'all what this is. These are not trials. These are files in cases for characters that quite honestly don't even need a trial. This is the new tier called the Forbidden Tier, and it is strictly reserved for legends of the game.
Oh,
and
damn.
we're starting this series off with a character that was so disgustingly broken, he had to get nerfed. And that is...
It's true, man. They ruined this poor man in after the 2003. He was terrifying. He was terrifying. He went up against like an this is the canon version? No way. The canon version of Grievous is like this. So for those of you that don't know Grievous backstory, it's actually tragic. I already did a lore dive on Grievous, so I know. The Grievous origin story is he was on a warrior planet, which eventually was flooded by illegal immigrants, let's just say, and he went to war to fight them, and it was kind of the Jedi's fault that his people were getting obliterated. So he ended up having massive beef against the Jedi, and he was rebuilt as a Jedi killing machine by Sidious. And a Jedi killing machine he was. He was a demon.
none other than 2003 General Grievous. This nigga Grievous in 03 was the devil in animated form. Niggas talk about 03 Grievous like niggas talk about Vaughn. Like this dude was a Jedi
Oh god, look at this!
machine.
That's literally like a direct quote. Direct quote. He was a Jedi killing machine.
Was non-force sensitive, by the way. Like for real, dead ass, bro.
Yeah, like, so this is a guy who cannot use the Force. He's just a fucking monster.
He wanted you out of there, he go do it himself, on feet by himself. The nigga straight up had to go. And let me just give y'all a warning right now before we even start. If you have only seen Grievous from Revenge of the Sith in 3D Clone
Bro,
Wars,
you think he's just a cringe loser. And the 3D Clone Wars version of Grievous, I'm not gonna lie, that dude was kind of cringe too. He was. I'm just gonna say it. He lost like all of his fights. He was kind of cringe. No, but no, not 2003 Grievous. That guy was, I remember, there's one scene in my mind of 2003 Grievous that absolutely broke me. I'm sure he's gonna mention it in this video. He's fighting against two Jedi Masters at the same time. He blocks both of their lightsabers with his lightsabers, and then he pulls out his other two arms, and he picks up two more lightsabers. Like, because he fought for like the entire 2003 TV show with two arms. He didn't reveal that he had four arms. Like the whole fucking show. It was a nightmare moment.
and have never seen this man in the 2D version,
Oh,
then
God.
woo, you're in for a ride. So let's not waste no more time. Without further ado,
All
alrighty,
right.
ladies and gentlemen. Case 1, sliming out multiple Jedi at once.
Yeah, no, this scene was crazy. Like, you have a bunch of Jedi, like, in a little group, and they're like, we cannot defeat him. And then he just shows up and literally 1v10s them.
Now, this right here was Grievous's first appearance in any type of Star Wars media. And man, I'll tell you, boy, this on record has to be one of the craziest character debuts of all time.
This is like Madara versus the Shinobi Alliance level of busted.
So this is how this went down. While Anakin and Obi-Wan was finishing up a mission on this one planet, they get hailed from this one Jedi Master. And this man is fighting for his life and panicking. Bro was on the line like, General Kenobi, we need immediate evac. This new droid general, he's unstoppable. Oh God, what the hell? And the next thing that you see when they swap to that planet is this man falling over and dying, and Grievous stomping the communicator in the ground.
Yeah.
The first time you ever catch a glimpse of this demon is him booming a Jedi Master. Not just a regular Jedi Knight, a whole ass master. That is fucking horrifying.
Right,
Now
and remember, this is a droid, okay? This is not like, or at least they think he's a droid. He's like a cyborg. Like, he is not a Sith Lord. He's not a Sith. He cannot use the Force.
Continue. The other Jedi that are with the Master
This is the scene that fucking shattered my mind.
that just got boomed are being completely surrounded by an army of droids. So while they had them completely surrounded
Grievous tells them to stop.
at this abandoned ship, Grievous makes them cease fire. And after he made all the droids stop shooting, this man got on the mic and said,
Attention, Jedi scum! You are surrounded by the glorious Separatist army! Now, I could have my character swift tease you right now, but where will be the fun?
Yes!
So I, General Grievous, will personally come in there and surround you niggas out myself!
True, he did say that. That's true.
Prepare yourself for your impending doom, Jedi!
so after Grievous drops
Oh
the
my
mic and
God.
proclaims that he's gonna slime out the Jedi himself, they all start taking position and
Right,
getting
they're all prepped.
prepared for this nigga. Because Grievous is walking towards them right now. And let me say this.
Like, and then you hear in the background, like, it's dead silent, and you hear in the background, ching, 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 like, slowly walking.
quick, the Jedi in here are no pushovers, especially these three. Longhead ass Kiadi Mundi, who is a member of the Jedi Council, Shakti, who was a pain in the ass to fight in the Force Unleashed, and Ayla Secura, the alien shorty that took like 10,000 backshots from clones in Revenge of the Sith.
Bro.
Like, these are known Jedi masters. And the fact that this man Grievous had this long head ass motherfucker sweating bullets is insane. So while Grievous was approaching them, all they could hear was his footsteps echoing
Exactly.
around the
That's
wreck.
what I was saying,
They
man.
couldn't
It's
tell where
crazy.
this dude was at all. So this is where the insanity begins. This poor
Shaggy looking Padawan.
Padawan that looks like Shaggy.
True.
And believe it or not,
Right,
his
true.
name is actually Shaggy.
No, that can't be real. That's not real. There's no way. That's great. There's no way his name is Shaggy. That's the, oh my God, that's crazy. Hold up.
Not gonna lie, when I first watched this, I was like, why does this dude look like Shaggy?
That's insane.
And boy, oh boy, come to find out, this actually is a Jedi version of Shaggy. Like, that is just hilarious to me, bro. But anyways, while Grievous's footsteps got louder and louder, Shaggy, being the same scary ass nigga in Star Wars as well,
Oh,
ended
shit.
up losing his composure. So he runs outside just to get squashed by
KO, he's dead.
this nigga Grievous.
You don't understand. He literally dies like that. That's how he dies. He's dead.
Yeah, R.I.P. Shaggy. That is one of the most insane deaths I've ever seen. This nigga Grievous jumped from the top rope and squashed him.
God damn.
Knocked the sonic rings out that nigga. If you pay attention very closely, his entire body disappeared. That means the impact of that fall was so hard, his carcass was squished into the ground. His body was literally unrecoverable. So after Grievous squashed Shaggy, he starts towering over all
this
the Jedi and
scary
laughing
scene.
at their asses. Then shows them his 10-foot mechanical body and then just disappears. These niggas were shook because this just turned into a survival horror. Grievous really started playing Dead by Daylight with these niggas,
It's
just
true, man.
toying with
This
them
scene is fucking terrifying.
while he was ready to hunt them down one by one. So while they were moving back with their backs against each other, you see this nigga appear out of the shadows like Batman hanging from the roof. Dude is literally looking over them, stalking his prey. So Grievous finally decided he was ready to get
It's
at
time,
it.
baby.
He drops from the roof and starts going to town on these niggas, fighting the whole 1v5
Dude, look at
and
this
enjoying
shit,
every
dude,
second
that's
of it.
crazy.
And dude, this man is a literal cheat code. He can turn his body into a Beyblade.
Yep.
This is the most unfair
Yep.
shit I've ever seen.
They out here fighting. They think they're fighting a droid. They end up fighting Captain Levi Cyborg.
Like, for real, how the hell are you supposed to fight a 10-foot cyborg that can move his body like a Beyblade? Oh, and guess what? That's not all he can do, because this is about to get even more insane.
Yeah, it gets bad. He uses his foot.
Break dancing on their
That's right. He uses his feet, bro. Why are you doing this?
asses, fighting them with his feet. No way in hell a 10-foot cyborg should be moving like this. No Yo, twin, nah.
That's crazy.
I'll be for it, bro.
That's
if I saw this
crazy.
shit, I'll put the saber
These are all like Jedi masters.
down, bro. I wholeheartedly understand why George Lucas nerfed this nigga. So as the fight continued, long-head ass Ki-Adi-Mundi tried to force push, bro, but Grievous dodged it and landed on the side of the roof. So this is when Grievous decided to start singling them out. He jumps back in and hits the ground so hard he made a smoke screen. So this wildebeest looking nigga decided to go in and try to fight him one-on-one,
no,
but
that's
Grievous
not
pulls
good.
off a crazy
No,
move.
this is so sad though.
He blocks his attack, and when old boy tried to swing at him again, he dropped his saber, cut him across the middle with his green one, then just slimed this nigga with his other one.
Yikes, dude.
Bro, boom, that musty-ass
Brutal.
wildebeest immediately when he
Like, the choreography's insane too.
was 1v1 with him. So after the wildebeest Yeti hybrid got boomed, Shak-Ti decides to throw a bunch of scrap at him.
But normally, when you throw shit like that at a Sith Lord, they block it with their lightsaber, they use the Force back, they do something. Look at this, bro.
Grievous ends up cutting through all of it.
He
Then this
blocks
one
the rubble.
Jedi tries to pull up on him. I'ma refer to him as
Bro, Rat Man.
because a nigga got a turban on his head. Grievous grabs his
No, this is crazy. He blocks his lightsaber with his lightsaber, and he grabs his face with his foot.
elongated head with his grippers and
And
slams
then he crushes his skull.
bro's head into the ground,
Yeah.
breaking his neck on impact. Bro didn't
Yeah,
stand
dude's dead, by the way.
a chance. He didn't even get to swing the saber. His last seconds of life was him getting his face gripped by this man's foot, then eating dirt right after that. But old boy wasn't the only person to get his face gripped.
Nope,
because
it's not
after
over.
Grievous boomed him, Ayla came in trying to swing, but Grievous
Dude, look at this. But he doesn't like stick his foot out. He goes around.
gripped her face mid-air, then swung both of their bodies across the map with his feet. That has got to be one of the most insane ways to slime a nigga. Sending them flying with your feet is OD.
That's
So the last two
insane.
Jedi remaining were Longhead Ki-Adi and Shak-Ti.
Oh,
So
they're
Grievous
just
ended up
freaking out. So they work together.
zoning them both out of their range. Then he drop kicks Ki-Adi's ass across the stage, taking him out of the fight. And this just left Grievous one-on-one with Shak-Ti. And he was pushing
No, but he uses 3
Oh
lightsabers.
shit! She was
I think he
panicking, barely holding on and blocking his strikes. So he ended up knocking the saber out of her hands. Then he comes in to
Oh no,
swing
he uses the 3rd lightsaber against the other guy.
on her, but Shak-Ti barely blocks this with the Force and gets sent flying into a pillar, and she is out of commission.
Yeah, she's gone.
So the last man
That Ki-Adi-Mundi gets back. He's the guy that he uses 3 lightsabers against him. Now you're probably thinking, how could you possibly use 3 lightsabers? Maybe like Zoro from One Piece? But this guy doesn't have a mouth.
standing was Ki-Adi-Mundi with his elongated, dingling head. So Grievous
This is
grabbed
crazy.
Shak-Ti's
This is
saber
crazy.
and picked it up
Oh, that's a demon. That's a demon.
with his foot. And he was staring at this nigga Ki-Adi, laughing at his ass like,
Bro, look at this. Look at this. This is horrible. This is a demon. Oh my god.
With your elongated head, I have been trained in your Jedi arts by Count Taku.
So after Grievous finished taunting
Yep.
this man, he ends up pushing Ki-Adi and knocking the saber out of his hands immediately. And Grievous ends up going in for the kill. But at the last millisecond, Ki-Adi
Like,
ends
there's an elite army of clones show up.
up getting bailed out by the clones. And the clones looked at that boy Grievous and said,
Troopers, blast that half-breed clanker.
You don't understand. They released the river on this man.
so they start shooting at Grievous, and Grievous hits the dash, while the clones are blasting every single piece of ammo that they have at this man. So while they continue trying to shoot bro down, Grievous decides to drop in and starts to murder all of the clones in front of him. So after Grievous ended up mowing down the whole front line, a whole gunship ends up pulling up right in front of his face. And this is when Grievous finally decided to make a strategic retreat. So Grievous ends up hitting the dash again. That man is out of there. I know his 40-yard dash speed is fast as hell.
damn,
And
that's
Ki-Adi
crazy.
and the clones end up retreating. So yeah, that right there was General Grievous's first ever appearance. So let's review this carnage that he caused. He
Yeah.
crushed Shaggy
True.
into oblivion.
True, that
put
happened.
Wildebeest nigga up on a shirt, gripped Yeet with his feet and broke his neck and threw their asses across the ship with his feet and damn near killing Shak-Ti along with Ki-Adi-Mundi. Oh, and I forgot old boy at the beginning that got boomed on the communicator along with his entire battalion. So yeah, this man packed up
Yeah, that's a
4
demon.
Jedi, put Ayla and Shak-Ti on a stretcher and had Ki-Adi's ass rethinking life. This is one of the nastiest debuts a character has ever had to date. So yeah, and guess what?
That's not over. This is literally the entree for when he straight up kidnaps the queen.
only case 1.
Yeah,
We still got another case left.
Yeah,
and boy,
I remember this.
It gets even crazier.
Yeah, I know, bro. I'm telling you, this guy's crazy.
Let's move on to case 2, the siege on Coruscant. Now, what you're about to see are the events that basically open up episode 3. Even though this series is now considered Legends continuity, this is still kind of what basically—
Wait, this isn't counted as canon anymore? There's no way.
happened. So how this went down, this evil-ass conniving nigga Palpatine sent this man Grievous
Single-handedly
to invade Coruscant and capture him. So to set—
That's the craziest part. Like, he wanted to capture the Chancellor, right? That was the plan. And they didn't send an army. They sent one guy against the most fortified city in the world.
Separatists end up pulling up to Coruscant, and a massive battle just ensues. Now, before we get to Grievous, we gotta take a detour real quick, because this is one of the hardest moments in Star Wars history. This nigga Captain Fordo
that guy's
was
awesome.
popping off this
Love
battle.
that guy.
Nigga turned into the Doomslayer.
To be honest, you can make an entire video about like this one battalion of clones in this 2003 version.
Shit. Him and his squad are being overran, but he didn't care. Bro, boom the battle droid.
He also beats the shit out of another clone with his gun.
In front, turned around, smacked this nigga, dumped the clip in his ass, then he throws his gun at this droid, blows his head off, then picked up his blaster in his left hand and started mowing these niggas down. Like,
Yeah, dude, that's a demon.
nah, bro.
That guy's
You know
crazy.
This man was top of the leaderboard in every single Battlefront lobby. Bro just dropped off 20 droids in the span of 20 seconds. So while the battle continued and Captain Fordo was running up the scoreboard, we see this nigga Palpatine watching the battle and sipping tea, not giving a care in the world. This man doesn't care at all what is happening right now. He's just looking at all this shit like, good.
Yeah, this guy is fucking psycho. He started all this shit.
I orchestrated all this shit. I don't give a damn what's happening, nigga.
I am the good guys and the bad guys. I've manipulated the Democrats and the Republicans. I am the Epstein Files.
So while Palpatine was enjoying his tea, Shock T, a bunch of troopers and 2 Jedi end up pulling up with her. And they're trying to get
Dude, these are 2 Jedi Masters, I'm pretty sure.
this man Palpatine to safety. But Palpatine was just stalling and acting like, oh, Master Shock T, greetings. Would you like to enjoy some tea with me while I watch the battle? And she like, no, old ass nigga, I'm trying to get your ass to safety. But while they continued to stay in this room, they started hearing footsteps around the room. And
what's
when
those
they
footsteps?
started getting louder, Shock T knew immediately
She's like, yep, PTSD kicks in.
who this was.
Get down, Mr. President!
Hi, how are you?
So he breaks in the window, letting himself right in the room. And look at this mechanical
In the Imperial Palace.
ass nigga ore farming. Bro really had to hit a whole JoJo's pose before he started dropping niggas off. So this nigga Grievous looking at Palpatine like,
Greetings, Master. I've come to pick you up.
shut the fuck up, you mechanical Nimrod.
True.
They're not supposed
No,
to
you
know
don't
that
know who
shit
I am.
till the 3rd movie.
I'm sorry, Lucius.
Now capture me and make it look believable. So Grievous tries to grab him, but Shock T pulls him away. And they end up taking Palpatine, and Grievous is surrounded by about 20 clones.
Yeah.
But bro didn't care that he was surrounded at all. Dude was actually ecstatic, because now he can let loose and kill some niggas. So the clones start firing, and Grievous jumps up and immediately starts mowing every clone in that room down. Look at what he does to this one dude. He grabs him and plants him on the wall, then just slices him down the middle. And I'm not gonna lie, this next guy got done dirty even worse. Grievous slices bro's gun in half. Then he grabs him by the leg with his own leg, then throws him out the window.
That's crazy.
Bro, that is one of the worst
Oh
ways to
my
ever go
God.
out. Bro grabbed his leg with his own leg, then sent him flying, and he's gonna fall for like 100 floors before he goes splat. Oh man, rip that guy, bro. So as he continued to murder everybody in this room and make this clone look up to the sky to see God, we get to one of the nastiest
Bro.
kills of all time. Grievous grabs this one clone by his face with his grippers, then slams his skull into the wall.
Yeah, it's diabolical, bro.
Oh, dear God, that might be worse than the guy that fell 100 floors. If you look to the right, you can see the horror on this one clone's face. You don't even see his face, but you can tell just by the look. If I saw one of my homies get slimed like that, I'ma be real, I wouldn't know what to do. At this point, just put the gun down and accept your fate or just run. Those are your only options. Look what happens to this royal guard. Bro grabs him with his grippers, starts using him as a body shield, then slams his body on the ground. These clones are having some of the most horrific deaths I've ever seen, because this is just getting ridiculous. So Grievous just continued to murder everyone in that room. Those clones stood zero chance against this man. They were literally used as meat shields so Shakti and them could get away. So while they was waiting by the elevator, all they could hear were just the screams of everybody getting murdered.
Crazy.
Look at this one Jedi.
This one Jedi. I totally forgot about that. This guy's clicking the button 1,000 times.
The button trying to get the
please, elevator, no.
elevator to come up. Because dude is horrified of what he's hearing there. So when the scream stopped, they knew the head start that they got was over.
It's crazy how like all those clones died for the span it took for the elevator to show up.
He just busts through the door on all fours, running at them like a rabid dog while dodging multiple force pushes. So Shakti ends up finally hitting them, buying them some time to get in the elevator, but that didn't put Grievous down at all. So later on after they escape, they're all taking this high-speed elevator down to the ground. So they thought they were safe. They thought they had time to breathe.
Yeah, there's no, like, bro, they're literally, like, this is futuristic. They're on, like, a Japanese-style bullet train. There is no way that they're gonna get caught up to by General Grievous, right?
But that lasted for a whopping 10 seconds. They look to the right, and this nigga Grievous is running down the building. Oh my God.
Yeah, no, that's insane.
He is running down a building, keeping up with a high-speed elevator. Like, no, no, man. This has got to be another reason why George Lucas nerfed this, man, because this is ridiculous. So this one clone said,
this clone takes his time.
Nah, twin, fuck this shit. He
just puts in a bazooka.
Decides to shoot a rocket launcher at him. And I'm not gonna lie, was that warranted? Yes! I mean, they gotta try something to stop this man. So when they finally reach the ground floor, they are surrounded by a bunch of super battle droids. And Grievous just drops from the building right in front of them. So Mr. Manslug nigga decides to use a force howl, but Grievous was prepared this time. He uses those damn grippers, digs in the ground, and starts moving through the house. They was trying every trick in the book and couldn't stop this man at all. So they just decided to run. There was no point in fighting him. So while they was on the run, Grievous's Magna Guards end up killing the final two clones. So the only ones that were left standing protecting Palpatine was Shakti and the other two Jedi. So they were having to run for their lives.
They literally lost their entire posse just running away from this guy.
Through the city while Grievous and his Magna Guards were chasing them. And this whole chase was just insane. They went from fighting on a ship to Grievous just destroying it, making it crash in the middle of the city. Then they ended up fighting in a subway station. And I'm not gonna lie, this next scene had to be one of the most terrifying scenes of all time.
Oh God, I think he's gonna talk about the one that I was
when they thought
this is the one.
They were safe behind this train. This man Grievous pops up right behind
there
him.
it is.
Jump scare of doom. So he starts
like, dude, you can't keep this guy away. He's actually unstoppable.
Walking them down and pushing them back. Then kicks both of the two Jedi to the side. So he ends up walking up to Shakti and telling her,
"Salutations, Jedi scum! You may have escaped from me before, but today you will be slammed!"
But Shakti ends up pulling off a 10,000 IQ big brain play. She used the Force to wrap this man's cape around the train. So when the train was ready to go,
it yoinks him.
Grievous just gets yoinked. And this finally brought them some time to escape from this man. So about a good 20 minutes passed, and they think that they finally shaken Grievous. Shakti ended up splitting up from him, and the other two Jedi ended up taking Palpatine to his bunker so he could be safe. So when they got in there and locked all the doors, they thought that they were in
oh my God, this is insane.
Clear, but they were
no capes.
Soon about to realize not even getting yoinked by a high-speed train would stop this nigga.
Bro.
Grievous was waiting for—
He was in the bunker. He was in the bunker.
them in that room the entire time. So he drops down and starts fighting the other two Jedi.
This is the scene that I was talking about. This scene is terrifying.
And while he was doing that, look at this evil, conniving motherfucker going back like, good, Grievous, good.
Yeah, that guy's an
Slime those niggas, Grievous. Put them on a shit. So while Grievous continued to fight them, they end up
This scene is insane. This is the one I was talking about. Look, he's blocking both of their lightsabers with the two in his hand.
getting stuck in a lightsaber clash. And this is when
Oh, this is when he pulls out Exodia.
Grievous finally revealed his trump card.
Yeah, there it
the
is.
thing that he's most famous for. He pulls out
Oh, that scene is so terrifying because I saw this before I saw Revenge of the Sith. I didn't know he had 4 hands.
the other 2 arms and starts using all
And the Jedi just lose.
4 of them holes. And when he was using all 4 of his arms, they stood no chance. Grievous cuts both of them down in a heartbeat.
Bro. Bro, that
And it was
TV is
game over
bastard.
for both them niggas. So Grievous finds Palpatine and he looking at him like,
Aha! I've done it, Lord Sidious. Are you impressed?
about fucking time, you half-breed clank. Now get me on the ship and let's fucking go. Okay, on a real note, Grievous actually never knew that Palpatine was Sidious. That is still hilarious to how oblivious he was to him.
True.
But anyways, Shakti finally ends up making it to the room, but she's too late.
Her 2 homies are dead.
She sees the other 2 Jedi dead, and Grievous holding up Palpatine, and Palpatine looking at her like, oh, hello, Shakti, dear. I'm having a little trouble here. Can you please help me? So Shakti runs at Grievous, but he hits her saber to the side and just
It's not even close. It's not even close. This is like a Jedi Master, and he just casually obliterated her.
chokes her. So he takes her saber, adds it to his collection, then decides
Fine addition to my collection.
to give Shakti some actual shock. He just electrocutes the hell out of her and just ties her up and leaves her there. So Grievous ends up taking Palpatine to his ship. But before he was about to
Yeah, Mace Windu shows up for the final L.
leave, my goat,
Yeah.
Mace,
I love this guy.
the fucking Windu
There he
nigga,
is.
came down and looked at Grievous like,
And this is the strongest Jedi, basically.
you a fake demon twin, and crushes this man's sternum. Look how he had
And that is why General Grievous does like his coughing shit. He
this man Grievous
Bro treated Grievous like Hassan Piker treats his dog.
leaning back. Lord have mercy. And this is the incident in this continuity that gave him that iconic cough. So after the ship takes off and Grievous escapes, Revenge of the Sith starts. But yeah, that's basically the end of case 2. So let's look at our final Carnage report
Yep.
for case 2. This man launched a full invasion on Coruscant, broke into the Chancellor's room and slimed like 20 clones in the most brutal way fashion, then decided to chase the Jedi throughout the whole city, then kill 2 of them and knock out Shakti for a 2nd time. This is some of the most wicked work of all time.
God
Alrighty,
damn.
ladies and gentlemen, and that is the end of our first ever Forbidden File. I hope everybody can clearly see and understand
Yeah, no, this guy's a
why this demon got nerfed. Because if he was moving like this in Revenge of the Sith in 3D Clone Wars, then dear God, the Republic would have been cooked. So yeah, 2003 General Grievous, that nigga had to go, just straight up. So with that being said, hopefully y'all enjoyed. Let me know if y'all want any more Forbidden.
That was crazy. Yeah, no, 2003 Grievous was another level entirely. That guy was completely insane. But anyway, thank you so much for being here. Hope you enjoyed. Definitely subscribe. Daily uploads here on Taku, and bye. Like, subscribe, and this video was streamed live on kick.com/Nuxanor. See you there. Stay weird, fam.